Yeah, alright, let's look at this guy's team. He has Charizard and Mandibuzz. I'm not sure how I feel about that. He's probably going to lead with Greninja. Don't really have a great counter to Greninja. Nonetheless, I can definitely start with my Medicham. And easily press Fake Out, just so I can get that nice Mega Evolution automatically. If it brings in Pharaoh, unless he's Rocky Helmet, I don't care a lot. And that Fake Out does so much damage. Yeah, he's probably just going to Surf for Dark Pulse here. I'm going to bring in Rotom Wash. I feel like I can survive 2. And that'll do for that. Okay, he does decide to go for the U-turn. It's kind of interesting. But it does bring in Pharaoh. And the Willow doesn't really matter as opposed to, oops, I'm good at making noise. I'd much rather put pressure on his Mandibuzz. And so I'm going to go into my Heatran. So that way I can get my rocks up. And that way, the only way his Charizard is going to have any survivability is if he decides to bring in his Mandibuzz, which may defog on a possibly from a B-Sharp. Now he's going to bring in Land of Tea now, and I really don't have much use for this Heatran, so I'm actually going to stay in and take this knockoff and not burn. That's kind of unfortunate, but I'm going to bring in my Landers now, hoping he's going to go for an EQ or he's going to U-turn. Okay, interesting. Good series of plays on his part. He's going to go into his Greninja. He doesn't think I'm scarfed. He doesn't think it. And he's right. So, I'm not sure what he's going to go for here. But nonetheless, I can easily go into my Rotom Wash. He's going to go for the U-turn. And maybe he's Expert Belt. I feel like that's probably what he is. Next time rocks come, I can revenge him with a Fake Out. Here he does bring in the Sylveon, and I'm definitely going to go for the Pain Split, because now my survivability will be much higher. So, yes, he's going to go for the Hyper Voice, which does a decent amount, sure. Like, I'm definitely not going to survive the next one. But I'm going to go for the Willow now, get some nice residual, and if he Hyper Voices me once again, okay, he wishes. So that definitely puts him in a good position, because now he's free to Hyper Voice. I'm going to Volt Switch into my Heatran, and it's really not going to help me much besides taking the Hyper Voice and just increasing Rotom Wash's survivability. So yeah, that's basically the goal. And I still wonder what kind of Charizard this is. He has a physical, special. All I've seen from the Greninja is U-turn. And I'm not sure what kind of Charizard it's going to be then. So that's kind of interesting. Nonetheless, there's no way he's going to go for a Hyper Voice right now, because I Quad Resist. Although I don't really have a huge purpose of staying in, he doesn't know that really. But he's going to go for the Heal Bell, and as much, I want to go for the Iron Head really badly. There's no way he should go for a Protect there in the case that I Swords Dance. But yeah, I take off his leftovers. Quite a bit of residual damage here. And I'm not really sure how this helps him unless he has T-Wave. I'm going to go for the Swords Dance. He has the Gyro Ball. That's really not going to help him much in this situation. But nonetheless, I'm going to be really low. After this, I'm probably going to be like 10%. Yeah. So I might actually have 2 hits left, so 2 things can die. Now I wonder if this will tell me if he has the Water Shuriken or maybe even Shadow Sneak. Yeah, he does have the Water Shuriken. I guess he's banded? I don't know. Seems like it. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know if he's going to fall for that though. I want to bait the Fake Out, but then I'm going to go into my Lando on the Switch. Yeah, it's going to do that. I'm going to do just that. Now, the idea that I brought this in gives him the incentive to think that I have HP Ice, but he still might not know and think this is just my best thing to hit him hard with. But yeah, he does bring in Sylveon here, just being the special wall that it is. And I'm just going to go for a Sludge Wave. I feel like at this range, I probably can live a defensive Hyper Voice. And he does go for the Wish here. So, unfortunately, my B-Sharp's gone, so my best way of taking out this Medicham, or this Sylveon, is unfortunately from the likes of Medicham. And so that's gonna make it somewhat difficult to deal with. But here I'm going to go into my Heatran, and I'm gonna see what he brings in. He's gonna bring in his Mandiboos. Gets a nice wish support. Kinda good that I stayed in then, and by stayed in I mean came in. So yeah, I'm gonna go for the Lava Plume. Didn't, unfortunately, wasn't able. No, he has Taunt. It's weird. Nonetheless, I think he's going to bring in his Charizard, because he doesn't really have a reason not to. But I still don't know what kind of Charizard it is. I'm gonna go for the Lava Plume. He's gonna Foul Play me. Interesting. I hope to burn him. I do not get said burn. This is going to make taking his Charizard out kind of difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna go into my Rotom Wash now. And I'm going to... Okay, I kind of have a huge incentive to go for Pain Split right now. But he might bring in Greninja, and that could give him a ton of momentum actually. But no, he brings in his Land of Tea. That was weird. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't the weirdest play. He's probably just gonna go for his rocks now. So I'm gonna go for the Hydro. Oh, I just go for the knockoff, okay. I don't know if I just screwed myself over or not. Nonetheless, I should probably go for the Sludge Wave here. I really hope he doesn't stay in. I really hope he doesn't stay in, thank you. Okay, he goes into Sylveon and that dies. So I need to think how to play this out now. Depending on what kind of Charizard this is, if it's Charizard Y, I'm going to have some trouble. Judging how I just brought it in, I may have some trouble. What do I really need this for, though? I need it for his Landers. I don't need my own Heatran, that's for sure. If he Dragon Dances here, okay. Interesting. So I'm gonna go for the Stealth Rock in the case that it lives something he has. What, he has... Okay, so he does have the Focus Blast. I mean, it's not like that's unexpected. But yeah, so he has Focus Blast, some kind of hidden power. What did he go for the hidden power on? On my Genie. So he has HP Ice? I guess so. I mean, judging how my Heatran took it. But aegislash is going to die to a Sun Boosted Flamethrower. Landers can get decent damage off with a Psychic. But I don't know. It's going to be somewhat difficult. That is faux show. So I'm going to go for Fake Out, nonetheless. If he's Modest, I have a decent chance because of a speed tie, potentially. But the ideal Charizard Y set is definitely Timid. But he brings in Greninja, and I really don't understand this play. That was his fastest poke. Maybe just because the sun's up, but like, you can just go... I don't understand. Okay, why is he bringing this in? This really doesn't make sense to me. He's just making this easier for me, to be honest. As long as I don't miss. Because we know that I had quite the missing issue earlier. I want to go for Bullet Punch because I don't want to miss. But yeah, basically, this Medicham can kind of win me the game. Maybe. Okay, maybe he's just stalling out the sun. I think that was what his intention was. Okay. So, how do I plan this out? If I sack Medicham, I lose all form of priority, although I don't need it for Land OT. I could scout for it being Timid, or I could just go for Bullet Punch to get a little bit of damage, and by a little bit, I mean we're talking 20 base power here, the power of Rapid Spin. But from a Mega Medicham, so technically it's kind of base 40 from a 100 attack poke. Or I could even just be really risky, think that he's Modest, and go for Psycho Cut. But that seems very unlikely. So, I'm going to... He also doesn't want to miss, but he might just carry flamethrower. He's turning on the timer, because I'm certainly taking a while here. It's just, what do I want to keep? I don't know if Fake Out's going to be helpful enough for me. I don't think it's a 2-hit KO, although 2 Fake Outs plus Bullet Punch might be enough, but it's just really kind of close. I don't know. It might be my best chance of... But I mean, if I sack aegislash, come in with Metachamp, then have to sack my Landorus and then come back in, that's not going to help me. So I'm going to go for the Bullet Punch, just to do a very small amount of damage. So yeah, he does have Flamethrower, so it's not like that whole shebang even mattered of what I was talking about. So basically it's going to come down to this. I'm going to go for the King's Shield, just so I can stall out a little bit of this sun. Although in the end, I feel like it's not going to matter, like my attempts here. But nonetheless, I can definitely Shadow Sneak and just hope this does a lot. Does 35. I don't know if you'd consider that a lot. It's basically going to come down to this. Can a Sludge Wave kill a Charizard from this range? Can it do it? Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I think I just won. I think I just won. Wow. That was a really solid game. That was scary. But yeah, GG. And that's going to end this session. But yeah, this was the team. You can't see all of it, of course, like I was saying in the beginning. But yeah, definitely a fun team by my buddy Careless. Shout out to him. He was #1 on OU Suspect when that actually existed as a tier. And hopefully I have more of these sessions. You guys let me know what you think of them. So thank you all for watching. Like, comment, sub, and until later. Peace.